Hey guys, #Rage Legends. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Today, we're going to continue our series on Faction Wars 2.0. I feel like these videos are going to absolutely tank my channel, but I don't care, damn it. I'm committing, I think. I think I'm going to commit. Well, I'm committing to at least 2 videos here. The reason I say that is because a lot of people aren't even at the point where they've unlocked Faction Wars 2.0. So, and this is probably going to be like 30 videos or more to go through all of these Faction Wars all the way through all the stages on a daily basis. But we're going to give it a shot and, you know, whatever. People can still revisit this content once they actually unlock these areas. The feedback from the first video was pretty positive from the people that did watch it, the few of you, in terms of the format, basically tackling a crypt with the champions that I have, but also talking about each of the conditions and some of my favorite choices to get that 3-star. So here we go in Orcs, the worst faction in the game, and then Sylvan Watchers too. Orcs kind of suck as a faction. There are some bright spots. Sylvan Watchers is the newest faction, so not a lot of players have a lot of those champions either. So even though newest is still like 2 years old, it's still relative, right? Anyway, here we go. This is stage 1 of Orcs, 10 provoke debuffs. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did yesterday because, again, a lot of you guys like that. So we're going to go down to the debuffs. We're going to go down to provoke, and we're going to see who we have for options here. So Garrel is an option. Angar is, of course, an option. Wow, he's finally good at one thing. Aragaz, who's the Unity champion, of course, he's going to be an option. I think the ones that are going to be the most popular choices in terms of accessibility are going to be Iron Brago, Sandlash Survivor, and Duck the Pierced, who has it on his A3. So what we're going to do is, screw it, we're going to frickin' just use everybody. Ha ha ha! So there it is, guys. Now, as I said, I'm probably going to repeat this every bloody video, and I apologize. But as I said in the last video, what you want to do here is really try to clear 3 stars in all of these stages and don't accidentally finish it without getting 3 stars. You're going to have to go back and do it later. You can't like redo it if you're out of the keys to get the 3 stars. That being said, is what I try to do is go into each of these stages and start with a very supporty, tanky-oriented team and focus on getting those 3 stars if you're able to the very first time that you do these dungeons versus trying to 2-star or 1-star and then just to move on. Why not try to optimize and get it done so you don't have to keep revisiting the early stages and you can just keep going until you plateau off, you know, inevitably somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe you'll finish all 21 stages. So we can pause. We're at 7 out of 10 right now, so I actually got to be careful here. Make sure, by the way, the A3 of Duck the Pierce is where he has a provoke, and it's a 75% chance of placing it for 1 turn on 2 random enemies. So that's pretty good. 2 provokes. Iron Brago has it on 50% chance on everybody. Is it booked up to 75? Either way, we just cleared the threshold, so there it goes. I think Iron Brago and Duck the Pierced are going to be your best shots. Iron Brago is going to be your best shot. Of course, Angar, again, he's good at one thing, and that's provoking. So if you have Angar, it's easy. Same thing with Garrel, right? On her base form, she has an AoE provoke on a 3-turn cooldown. Super easy to do if you have those champions. If you only have Duck the Pierce, though, that's the only one that you have on your account, I think it's still very doable. You just build a supporty, slow team around him. You methodically land 2. You cycle your abilities. You can use a reflex set on any champion that has a provoke or any other debuff that we're trying to get, right? And just get back to it a little bit sooner. Doesn't matter if you take 20 minutes, as long as you land enough of the provokes or the debuff or whatever you need to land, okay? Next stage, 10 stuns. All right, who do we have for stunners here in the Orc faction? So debuffs, stun, and what do we have here? So we have Kreela Witch Arm has a stun on her ally attack. We have Robar. What does he have? A stun on his A1? Okay. That is Robar, right? I think it is. Iron Brago has the stun on his A1, I believe. What is he? Is it on his A1? It's got to be, right? No. Oh, he has that stun. It's been a while since I played Iron Brago. I'm embarrassed to say. He has a 3-turn increased defense, which used to be his claim to fame, along with his passive increased defense about all allies by 10% of this champion's defense. That's still pretty nasty. Anyway, Stun for 1 turn. 100% chance of placing a stun for 2 turns instead. If the okay, but is it 1 target? Nah, 1 enemy. Yes. My bad. Okay. All right. So one single target stun there, and Rabar has it on his A1. 50% chance of placing a stun for 1 turn. Extra turn if it was placed. We might have to piecemeal this together. I don't think there's a good AoE stun option. King Garage has a stun again on his A1 ability. And then we have Tuok, the Wanderer, has a 2-turn stun on his A3 ability. We don't get extra credit for 2-turn stuns, though, so unfortunately. Who else do we have here for consideration? More Robars. We have Terror Beast. Terror Beast has a stun on his A3, placing a stun for 2 turns if the target's alive. It's not bad. It's a 4-turn cooldown, but it's an option for you guys. And then for a rare option, we have Huntress. She has a 25% chance stun on the A1. I would not build Huntress just for the stun, honestly. I would actually prefer just to rock stun sets. Let's see if we can land a stun with a bunch of single target stuns. I'm not going to make you watch this twice. Same thing with this entire series, by the way. But I want to put it on auto just to see how far we can get. And it looks like we've only landed 1 stun. Now 3 stuns. 4 stuns. That's not that bad, damn it. All right. We might be able to get there. And what we can do is on wave 3, we can just slow it down, right? Can we get a stun or 2, though? You know what I'm going to do right now, guys? I'm going to slow it down right here. And I am going to only use A1s, or in Kriela's case, an A2, just so we can get a few more stuns up, nice and early. And then we should be good to go in the, I just want to make sure, obviously, I just want to make sure that I should have attacked Kymar, excuse me, if I can speak there. Instead, you just want to make sure that you're attacking the right affinity. It was on his A3, so we're just going to weak hit just to prolong the battle a little bit, right? Go do that. I'd love to land 1 more stun before we move on to wave 3. We also don't want to die, though, so there's that. Let's go A1 against the highest turn meter here. Get that stun down. And then let's go... Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. I'm overthinking this. Let's A1. Get the stun on the weak hit. There we go. All right, so... Oh, beautiful. 3 stuns. Hell yeah. What are we at? 8? 8. 8 out of 10. Again, I'll say it just as a reminder, guys. You can go out there and you can pause at any time and see where you are in terms of how many of the debuffs you placed, which is really freaking nice. I mean, it would have been awful had they not done that, right? Let's go against Alatreon here. Get that 2-turn stun. That's 9, that's 10. So we hit it, and there it goes. So I like that. 10 stun debuffs, only using single target stun abilities. Just got to be careful of Rabar there. Man, wait, that's not Rabar, that's King Garage. I'm like, dude, he looks so much cooler than I remember him. Okay, there we go. Still only the common glyphs. I'm not sure which level we have to get to unlock the... the higher rarities, the epics and legendaries. All right, reduce 6 enemies' HP by 50% with 1 skill. So these ones are actually super easy, I find, right? So all we need is like a good nuker on the team. So I think that that shouldn't be an issue. Let's put I just want to see who I have gear on right now, right? Varl the Destroyer is a beast. He's not fully geared out, but I don't think we need him to be fully geared out. Supreme Galek, do I have him geared out right now? I don't know. Looks borderline. Did I have King Garage? Did I have him? No, I sure didn't. All right. It's like this is the problem with Faction Wars, obviously. It's just muling gear. I have nothing on Nogdar. Like, I'm going through my favorite damage dealers, if you guys couldn't tell. Rabar, I felt like I had him decked out there on the last the run. I thought he was doing a little bit of damage. We'll use the Unity. Raka's not going to really help us. I don't know. Maybe we'll run it like this, and maybe we'll run... we're just going to run Geralt. We're just going to run Geralt. Again, these are the ones that, frankly, I find these the easiest. Maybe, I don't want to speak too soon, maybe they'll get a lot more challenging as I progress. I'm not sure what it looks like in terms of the in terms of each faction. Maybe do they have them at I forgot this guy does damage to an ally. Kind of weird, huh? Have I hit any right now? No. Okay. Well, Geralt should... None of them are really at 50% right now, right? Okay. So I talked to Big Game. These are so easy. And so far, this team's kind of letting me down a little bit. Did I get one there? No. Okay. All right. Not cool. Not cool. So 0. Man. Reduce 6 enemies' HP by 50% with 1 skill. All right. Geralt, you're going to be my girl. Golly. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon about how easy this is, right? All right. That wasn't 50%. I don't really want to go in with the A2, with the ally attack. I'm going to go with the AoE here. And I don't know. Sure, let's just get a kill there. And then I'm just waiting for Geralt to go at this point. Oh, extra turn. Come on, man. I want the extra turn. I want Geralt. All right, kill. Did she get anything? 1. I've gotten 1. That's it. 1. Oh, man. I think I was wrong. Okay, so maybe it's not that easy. Maybe the way to do this is a big single target skill. I had this on another faction. The reason I said that earlier is I had it on another faction. I felt like it was like 2 seconds and it was done. I'm going to have to restart this bad boy. I'm going to have to rethink everything. Let's start by putting a little bit of gear on Geralt. I think she's my best bet. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it without Geralt for you guys because I'm not going to make any of these teams rely on a mythical champion. So instead, I'm going to go with King Garage. I'm going to get Artak out of there. I still need the support champions. There's Seer, though, in this faction. Maybe I just build a Seer team instead. That's probably the way to go, huh? I'll put, like, Tila Gourmain in there. She has continuous heals. I'm just going to look instead for buffers. I'm going to get... who else has some buffs here that I can use? Tagore. I'll put Tagore in there. And I'm going to shift my entire strategy to be a Seer activation team. Yeah, that's the way to go. So it is going to be easy, but we're going to do it a different way, right? We're going to go in with the increased speed. That's 1 buff. Now, ideally, I would also have a continuous heal on the A2, right? Ideally, I would also have a... see, this should get us hopefully 3? 1. Golly. I think they were a little bit too much damage maybe at going into it. That's okay. It allows us to A1 cycle against dude in the Ruark, though. All right. What was I saying before? Ideally, a shield set or something like that, right? Just to get the buffs up. All right. Pinpoint. I mean, okay. Let's go. Okay, we have 1 buff. Would love to get... I'm just going to A1 again because I just want to get buffs up versus being so worried about killing everybody because we don't want to make the same mistake we made last time in terms of having the enemies have too much health to where Seer can't cook, right? This is actually a perfect situation. Let's get a shield with Tagore's Revive. And then let's just, again, A1 here. And then... I think there's plenty of buffs. We don't need to use the continuous heal on Tila. We're still 1 turn away. We have a chance of getting that extra turn on the A1. We don't get it. Okay, let's just work on Elva here. And, yeah, I was definitely wrong about how easy it is. You got to strike that balance between killing them and between, like, you don't want to kill all the enemies, obviously, right? Need to have enough health. Come on, can we get her a turn, please? Okay, here we go. This should get me everybody, right? Yes, thank heavens. All right, so Seer's going to be our girl, but you just got to be careful along the way. So again, we're going to go AoE. Now, this is like kind of dangerous here. They're pretty healthy. I'm actually going to go against the lowest health. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Okay. Okay. Good. They got the heals coming through. Beautiful. Thank you, Elva. Over 50%, over 50%. And we only need 1, right? Okay, so we're cool. But it's going to take us forever to get that skill off cooldown. But they have healers and cleansers. You know, they're good. They're good. I hope they're good. And then Duden's A1 also can go in there. Ooh, 2 turns away. Don't kill him. No! Oh, my God. I don't want to screw this up, guys. I don't want to screw this up at all. A3. Still need 2 turns. Thank you. Thank you. It's weird to root for the enemy team. Root, root, root for the enemies. If they don't win, it's a shame. All right, 1 more away. Don't do too much damage there, Seer. Calm down. Okay, we got this dude, right? Literally this dude. Pop him. There it is. All right. I was a little worried there. I was a little worried. All right. Seer's going to be the way to go for sure, though. I can't believe I didn't think of that earlier. It's kind of embarrassing. All right. Let's go in. And by the way, guys, stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to relic. I'm going to forge, rather, a ton of relics. So hopefully we'll get something good at the end of this video. So let's do it. Barbarian Crypt time. Place 10 stun debuffs. Well, hell. If you have Archer Queen, congratulations. She got stuns, she got provoked, she got everything else in the game. But Armands will get it done beautifully. If you don't have Armands, you got Scylla the Drakes, my girl. So let's go double Scylla the Drakes. Now let's go Scylla the Drakes. And let's just put some randoms around them, right? Do you see that they're giving out Tawanarok to new players now, guys? How do y'all feel about that? Let's go with... trying to go with just randos. Okay, this is good. This is good. So Armand's just going to do Armand's things, a.k.a. stun and take extra turns. And, I mean, we're going against a bunch of red affinities, so we only land 1 stun. You know what? If you land 1 stun on the first attack, we're redoing that. We're going to redo. Keep in mind, nothing, it doesn't cost you anything to redo these and to get 3. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to go 1 more, damn it. You might as well start off on a high note. So if you have a situation on any faction wars where you have 1 champion going and you're leaning on them to do a lot of stuff to you early on, you may as well just go in until you get a result that you really like, right? So Armands, I'll take 4. I probably should have put a little bit more in terms of firepower on this team too, right? We'll be okay though. You know what? Honestly, guys, I can just go auto. So Hoskarul is also on this team. Hoskarul is one of the best stunners for epic champions out there, and he's defense-based, easy to keep alive. So don't sleep on Hoskarul. I'm trying to actually hydrate properly. Hydration, lame. Let me tell you, I am having to use the facilities a lot more than I expected. Obviously, I should have expected it, but it's a whole new world. I was somebody who chronically underhydrates and over-caffeinates, right? My certainly 2 of my habits, or actually one of my habits leading to maybe the other, right? Lack of hydration, way too much caffeine, like over 1,000 milligrams a day for years and years and years and years and years. So trying to taper down one and try to ramp up the other right now. I tried to quit caffeine cold turkey and it didn't work out for me at all. Armand's finished this. There you go. 5 out of 5. He still sheeps him. Sheep is sometimes kind of an annoyance. Sorry, I didn't even look at the stunners, but without even looking, if you have Sylvan the Drakes, Hoskarul was a fusion back in the day, an epic fusion. They actually did those back in the day. Even if you have Syl, you're good. So we're not even going to look at all the options. I will say Arima. That's not Harima, but an Arima. She's a really good stun synergistic decreased defense champion. So it could be a good epic option as well to include on the team. All right. What stage? I'm ready for stage 2 here. I should have put more damage dealers. Put Clan Father, Operating Clan Father. If there's a heal stage, he'll excel at that, right? Oh, come on, Armands. Really? You're going to sheep him right when we're done with the battle? Let me just A1. I don't want Armands taking more of your time. It's already taken enough from you guys in the arena, right? Me included. Me too. It's weird. Sometimes I find myself not playing a lot of Armands in the arena, and then I'm like, I have this come to Jesus moment with myself where I'm like, Ash, play more Armands. Happened to me today in live arena. I was like, you just got to start playing more Armands, man. All right, you Carl, great. No gear. Fantastic. Let's look for Provoke. Provoke is less apparent. Obviously, Archer Queen is going to be, you know, the girl. I will say Contra the Cyclone has a really cool Provoke on enemies under 5 or more debuffs on her passive. Very interesting. So if you have Contra the Cyclone, she excels in a stun set. She's an AoE ×3, but an AoE nonetheless with 1,000,000 debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown, right? And she has a Provoke and heals, and she can land debuffs on weak hits. So Contra, especially for later stages, she might be a huge key for a lot of players. We're going to put her on the team. The nice thing is you know, the Provoke is conditional on having a lot of debuffs, but with the built-in Affinity Breaker even better on her passive, and all the debuffs in the world on an AoE ×3, each hit has a chance of placing these, she can kind of cover herself, right? So Contra, I think she's going to be a huge part, if you have her, of a lot of teams. Provoke debuffs. Wrath Matab is a AoE provoker. Not a good one, but he's a provoker. So he's a great option in terms of legendaries. I'm just looking off the cuff here. Let's actually filter through and look at debuffs here, though. All right, we got Alaz, obviously. Elder Skarg is a great AoE provoker. Freya has a provoke on her A1 ability. And then for non-legendaries, we have Sentinel, has a very good provoke on his A1. Again, it will be slow, it will be tedious, but he's a rare HP-based champion that has a very high 85% chance of placing a provoke on his A1. All you need to do is build him with a 100% crit rate. Also, Blood Braid, has a provoke on her A1, not nearly as high. I would not build her just for this. And then Artur is actually a very good epic provoker. He has a provoke on his A1, 50% chance, and a provoke on his A2. Each hit 75% chance of landing a provoke on a 3-turn cooldown. And he's counterattacking. Heals this champion, plays a counterattack on this champion for 2 turns when he's hit with a critical hit, which is not too bad. That will lead into more provokes on his A1 ability as well. So we're going to go with Wrath Matab, we're going to go Freya, and then we're just going to kind of fill in the rest of the squad here, right? Obviously, the easy thing would be to go Archer Queen. I think Archer Queen is going to be just so good everywhere, but I don't want to rely on only the best champions. What am I doing? Reset the filters. Thank you. Let's go with... Wait. Am I still filtering that debuff? No? Okay. Are these all this is my entire account of Barbarians here? Let's go with Loki, and let's go with Syl of the Drakes here to round out the team. All right. So I think we can pretty much just go on auto here. We already landed 4 provokes. Yep. With Wrath Matab. I gotta say, I've said it so many times, but Loki is such a good little champion. Not the best, but he's solid, man. He's solid. All right, we go in there. AoE stun. And again, Contra, she's going to be cleanup duty with the provokes, right? I haven't noticed. Oh, did we just get 2 more from Contra? We did. 2 more from Contra's passive, I want to say, at least. Unless I missed somebody else going in there. So, yeah, Contra the Cyclone. Wrath Matab. Champion that we rarely ever talk about here on the channel, or on either of my channels, right? I never ban Armands anymore. Well, good for you, Sweet. I'm just joking. Sweet's like one of the best players in our whole clan. He's our marshal for our sieges in our clan. So he's like the dude that I'm always like, Sweet, who can I attack? Is it time yet? Can I do anything yet? Sweet. Is Sweet on? I need to know what I need to do. So he's like, he's our guy. He's our guy. Sweet and Agalins are kind of our 1-2 punch in terms of leadership in the clan. Although we have it's kind of a group effort to some extent. Anyway, I digress. Enough clan politics here. things are looking okay. I haven't landed one provoke on this wave. I'm hoping it's just, bad RNG with my skills. Here we go. We're still 6 out of 10, but we should Raf. I think he has it up right now. There it is. All right, Raf Matab ends up being our MVP here with a little bit of help from Contra the Cyclone. And then I love the debuff spread that we get. It's a nasty little combo when you think of it. Loki with a debuff spread and Contra placing 15 debuffs per AoE. Look at all those debuffs on these enemies. Man, I hope there's a later stage in Barbarians that's like land 10 debuffs or something like that. We'll be good to go with Contra the Cyclone, right? All right. Things are looking pretty good. Morrigan and Alatreon being the last two standing here on the enemy team. I like Morrigan. She's a fun little champion. We're good to go. We're good to go. All right. One more stage, and then we're going to do some relic crafting today, guys. All right. Stage 3 is going to be 10 freeze debuffs. Well, you already know I'm going to call in my man, Yakarl, right? We saw him earlier. Odin, obviously, with stuns. There's so many stun options here. It's nice. But let's see what we have for freeze here. Freeze debuffs. Where is freeze? Oh, my word. It's just Yakarl? Well, keep in mind we have 2 artifact sets, right? I'm sure there might be some random rares or something, too. But we have 2 artifact sets that we can use. Frostbite and freeze sets. Frost sets, I should say. So there are options. I feel like probably some of you guys are going to have to go with maybe some of those options, right? Because it's just Yakarl. The good news is Yakarl is a farmable champion. So at least there's that, right? Just going to make sure we actually land the freezes, right? I'm going to go in, would you say A1 here? I just don't want to accidentally kill anybody. We land 3 there. Okay. Let's put it on auto. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to A1 cycle, not for survivability like we normally do, but I'm going to A1 cycle just to get back to Yakarl's A3. I think he just got an extra turn there, I want to say. So I think he's already 1 turn away, like 1 more cooldown on it. Let's see. Let's see. The whole team around him, it's not that important as long as we're staying alive, right? Okay, Yakarl, what do you have, buddy? 1 turn away. Okay. Oh, he landed a freeze with his A1 too. I forgot he has a freeze on his A1. Cool. Let's get that nice defensive shield on everybody. AoE on the A1. Let's stun with Syl's A2. Let's go in with Contra. Who cares? I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. Now we can go in and freeze. What are we at? 7? Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's get another turn, though. Let's get another turn on Yakarl, please. Let's go with the A3. That way we don't damage anybody. All right, we're going to have to kill somebody here. Yakarl, can you take a turn, buddy? Man. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Perfect. All right, we used Loki's A3 just so we can get back to Yakarl. I think we're probably missing a little bit of gear on Yakarl right now. He's moving so slow. So slow. Just making this difficult on us. All right. We're going to go with his A1 for sure here. Actually, he has a freeze on his A2. What is it? Okay. Cool. Well, he has it on his A2. So let's make just it doesn't really matter who we go for here. Let's get that freeze. Wait, is it only on his A2 and his A3? Was I mistaken earlier? I shouldn't have used Syl's A2 there, but it's okay. All right, we're 1 turn away. Yeah, he has it on all of his abilities. That's nice. That's nice. All right. Can we land it? Not against block debuffs, Ash. No, it's going to have problems there, bro. All right. This is A1. We don't want to kill if we don't have to here. We also don't want to die. Don't like all those buffs. Hey, Yakarl. Chill, buddy. We have Syl the Drake's revive up, but we got to make sure that, things don't get out of hand. Let's get that nice cleanse. Turn meter fill. Block debuffs. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Next go round. No big deal. No big deal. We're still cool. We're at 8. We're at 8 right now. Let's go with a little nukeage there. Get a little contra nuke. Let's pick him back up. Let's go with a... Is this the steal? It's the A3 that steals everything, right? Let's steal from Duden. Beautiful. All right. Let's go with that big shield. Fantastic. Let's go with the... there are no debuffs to spread. I'm just going to A1 here. And then... I wouldn't mind taking Ruella down there. She's annoying back there, right? Let's stun him. Okay. Let's... this is the debuff spread. Let's do that. Or not. He has to be under the veil. My bad. I forgot. Oh my god. It happened again. They placed the block debuffs right before we went in. Right before he got a turn. Golly. Now we're in a little bit of a more perilous situation here. All we need to do is land 2 freezes. But we don't want to kill them all. So we always want to be targeting the enemy with the most health. We have to wait them. I don't even mind the revive, honestly. We have plenty of support on my team. That's the good news. So we just got to outlast them, basically. Let's steal everything from... I don't want to go cross affinity. Let's steal from her in the back. And then Ruella number 2, we'll call her. Number 1. Well, screw it. We can land 2 right now. Yes! Yes! We get it. All right. That was, that was a little close at the end there. I will say that I wish now in hindsight that I didn't use Freya because she carried a big load of support on this team with those shields especially. But either way, we would have been fine with a little bit more, you know, thought around the squad around. But Loki did pretty well with control as well, honestly. So there it is, guys. Those are Barbarian and Orcs and Sylvan Watchers next. I'll be totally real with you guys. I forgot there were 3 factions today. All right, you know what? I'm going to do Relic. No, I promised you Relics. I'll do them at the end of the video still. But here we are, stage 1 of Sylvan Watchers. Heal your champions by 500,000. Okay, that's Estrid. Can we go for other effects, positive effects, heal? So you can filter by healers. That's good. That's cool. I actually didn't realize you could do that by heal. Ayala Life Braid is, I mean, she's a void, so whatever. But there's a lot of healers. Tree Shield Not has a really good heal on his A2 ability. So we'll use Tree Shield, we'll use Oella, and we'll use Estrid. Elva is a great option. Let's put Elva in instead of, I think Mist Rider actually was fine to keep in there. Let's get heal unchecked here. And because we just want some damage here, right? Do I have Pan built right now? No, not really. Yeah, do I have Mist Rider built? Who do I have built for damage right now is the question. I wonder if continuous heals count. I imagine they do. King Galkabar has a lot of continuous heals. But I'd rather have a little bit of damage. Let's just go in. Let's just go in. All right. So hopefully, let's just wait a few turns here and see what our heals are naturally going to be at here. I mean, there's a lot of healing happening. How close are we so far? We're already halfway there. Okay, and nothing's even happened yet. So this is going to be a fairly easy one to get healing in there. I almost regret not having another damage dealer on the team just to speed things up a little bit. We're already at what? We're already there. Let's just put a damage dealer on there. Let's put a damage dealer. Oella, how naked are... Oh my God. I'm just going to throw some rando gear on her. Rando gear, just speed her up a little bit, right? Yeah, sure. Accuracy chest, absolutely. Absolutely what we want there. All right, let's throw that on her. Who else do we... Let's put Pan. When you need damage, you never hesitate to call on Pan the Bowhorn. 2 Savage. Let's finish up that Savage set here. What do you say? Let's go on there. And then let's throw on... What does he have? Some Cruel? Do I have anything available for Cruel? Let's go priority stats, crit damage, equipped. And what do we have? We want Cruel Gear, not Savage Gear, Ash. Man. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. So let's take it off of Harrier. What are you doing with Cruel Gear on, bro? All right, he's slow, but at least he can deal some damage. Let's put him in for Elva, I guess. Elva has a nice heal on her passive, but given how much healing we were doing there, I'd rather some damage and speed things up. Okay. So Pan, that's the power of Pan the Bowhorn. You see him on that AoE nuke? Yeah, yeah. He'll speed things up quite nicely for us. And you saw his stats. They weren't insane, what we did. But let's see. So it counts the heals from continuous heals and other passives and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like an active heal. You can use, if you're struggling with any heal stage, of course we could use Curing Set to bump those heals up. Obviously all the healing masteries as well. Wave 3, actually we're a little bit low. I got to be careful here because we don't want Pan to delete everybody. So let's get that big heal there. Oh, that one heal on Oella got us there. Isn't that incredible? So Oella, I guess she's going to be... I will say, though, Ayella, too. Oella and Ayella, the epic champion. I will say that both of those are going to be amazing options. They both have big percentage heals in their kits. All right. Can Pan go here? Are we going to give Pan a turn? Let's just put it back on auto. It was much faster that way, Ash. All right, let's watch Pan nuke. Boom. Emerald Salvo. What a cool name for a nuking ability. All right, cool. Easy, easy. Oella and Estrid. That's a lot of healing on Estrid, too. Tree Shield, you know, helping out the most that he can, right? I don't even know if I have too much gear on him. 10 freeze debuffs on stage 2. All right, let's see what we have for freeze debuffs. We have Cryoden the Blue is going to be our main man. We're just going to keep the same exact team. Glaciad of the Meltwater has a freeze on his A1. Cryoden the Blue or freeze sets or frostbite are going to be your #1 option here. So let's go with Estrid's AoEs, or AoE, I should say. Let's get that heal in there, sure, even though we don't need it. I'm just going to pop off with an A1. I want to make sure I land all of these freezes. The cool thing is Cryoden the Blue, if you have him, he's an amazing freeze champion. He only lands 2 there, though. Just like Armand's way back in the beginning of this video. What I want to do is I want to RNG it so we're getting more freezes out the gate. So Cryoden, you can see he's a little slow right now. He's not crit capped. He's not a champion that I use a ton on my account right now. But what I want to do is add a couple pinpoints to him. That way we can get his speed up too. Where did my... I just had it open. What the heck? All right. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. We get his accuracy up this way as well. His speed is up. I don't even need to max that artifact right now because I'm not doing super well on the old silver. But now he's going to be much faster in the rotation too. Might be a second to go. Who knows? But I'd love to land. Give him another shot, right? At landing his... Oh, maybe he won't be in any different order. Oh, come on. The extra turns. Mist Rider Dothy. All right, here we go. Can I get more? Yeah. Did we get 4 there? 4 is better than 2. That's what I have to say. All right, let's go in with a big nuke. Man. Pan. Love that dude. My favorite epic nuker in the game. I say it all the time. I apologize for always mentioning it every time I mention him, but I think he's so cool. Such a nasty little damage dealer, you know? Oh, he's already 1 turn away from it. I will say that he has a Cryoden the Blue, has a freeze on his A1 too, so we should have used that instead of his A3. We don't need the increased speed of the turn meter boost, you know? It doesn't like hurt us that much, but we'd rather have the freeze from his A1, obviously. Come on, man. Stop getting extra turns, Miss Rider. All right. Let's try the AoE freeze. Beautiful. He doesn't do that much damage, too, which is really nice in this case because he's not going to be going in there and he's not going to be going there and killing him. He'll actually land the freeze. It doesn't count if we get the kill, you know. Okay, so go in there, do that stuff, do this stuff, yeah, sure. Let's go in with a debuff. Mist Rider just can't. Oh my God, Mist Rider, calm down, bro. All right, let's go. Do we have any? No, I want to go. Let's go Blue Affinity here. We do land 1. That's 7. That's 7. Got to be careful here. Got to be careful. Ah! Oh, man. Do we get an Ugo Revive? Dare I do an Ugo Revive? Okay, Chris, don't die. Good, good, good. Get 3 freezes. Did we get 3? Oh! Okay, we need 1 freeze. Let's leave Ugo for last so we can get an Ugo Revive. Okay, let's let Ugo revive. What do you guys say? I want to make sure Pan doesn't have anything nasty. Oh, Pan has a freeze on his A1? We can't freeze her. She's already frozen. But she's going to revive. But wait. We're going to kill her. We're going to kill her. We can't see the Ugo revive, and I'm not going to do it without getting the 3-star. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we got it this time. Moved a lot faster, too. I realized that when I'm not blabbing and yapping my way through it, you guys, that we can move a little bit faster here. All right, so, again, Pan actually landed that time. I didn't have him built with like much accuracy, but he did land a freeze in that battle off of his A1. So Pan the Bullhorn could be a good option for you guys as well. All right, stage 3 is 10 decreased speed debuffs. All right, that one, let's see what we have here. So decreased speed. Why is it not showing anybody? Do I really not have literally any? I know I have Estrid, so something's wrong. Reset filters, decrease speed. Okay. I guess I shouldn't have picked the big version and the weak version. Wait. What the heck? Why is it not coming up? That's my question, you guys. Oh, okay. I just had the wrong one. We're good. All right. Decreased speed, we have Feral the Dark. Okay, decreased speed. Estrid, obviously, is going to be the #1 choice for a lot of players out there who has her. She was a fusion. But after that, that's where we get to some slim pickings here in terms of a lot of players might get stuck in this area because it's just really Estrid, Feral, Oella, and Arbias. The good news is Estrid is so insanely good at decreased speed with the extra turn mechanic in her kit that if you have Estrid, congratulations, you're good. So we'll just fill the team up with, whoever, like the same cast of characters, and just let Estrid cook. It's a beautiful move. Already 5 right there out the gate, right? The only thing is we just want to be careful because, again, we want Estrid to have time to get that back on cooldown. So I'm looking for her to at least take 1 more turn in between turns there and then not go into the ability, obviously, with only 1 enemy alive. So she already has it back off cooldown because of the extra turn, which is the magic, again, of Estrid. So she's going to be awesome. Going to use that A3. We could use the A2 first and use the A3 as a mechanism to get the cooldown down more if we really had to, but we already have 10 right there. It's already done. So there it is, guys. That's Sylvan Watchers. Again, decreased speed, there's no artifact set to land a decreased speed, so that could be an issue for some players out there in that area, on this stage, I should say, getting that 3-star. Hopefully, a lot of you watching who've already finished Faction Wars Normal have Estrid because she'll be a key. If not, obviously our bias or the other ones that I mentioned, Oella again, actually satisfies the need of a couple of these things, the healing and then the on stage 1, and then as well as that decreased speed. She has it on her A1 ability, Estrid, Oella, that is. All right, let's go ahead and get that last kill. There we go. And now we finished all 3 Faction Wars. Man, you guys have spent almost an hour with me, or maybe 45 minutes. All right, we've got it all done. 3 crypts opened today, 3 crypts done. Now let's go ahead and craft some relics. What do you guys say? So what do we have here? The highlight is going to be 100 Live Arena Mythical Mats. But first, let's spend some rares. All right, we have a Scroll of the Unseen, an epic. Wearer's damage increased by 1% every time any other champion takes a turn when the wearer is under a veil or perfect veil. Stacks up to 30%. Damage bonus resets after the wearer takes a turn. Okay. That's not bad, though. Anytime 1% each time another champion takes a turn when the wearer is under a veil or perfect veil. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that one? I'm thinking like Chimera situations, a good combo for a Feral the Barkhorn because he has the perfect veil and the damage escalation anyway. So to put on your damage dealer with him. I just don't think, at first glance at least, it's not, unless I'm missing like a super obvious combo, it's not better than a lot of other relics that are meant for damage dealers. The Molten Death Bell I really love. Wearer's turn meter increases by 10%, can scale up when placing CC debuffs. That's cool. Now we're going to go on to our epics, or one epic from Chimera. Orb of Transfixion, I really love this one. Wears a 10% chance to steal a random buff when attacking a target, and it can't be resisted, and it occurs once per skill. Okay, I like that. I like that on a Marius, you know. Okay, let's go clan. I don't want to go clan. Yeah, I'll mix. Nah, I won't. I won't mix. All right, so I guess Faction Wars. Let's see what we get here. We get Codex Luminous. Wearer receives 5% less damage from champions that have a different affinity. It can scale up too. That's pretty cool. Not bad, I guess, right? And then here it is. Our second best shot ever. Actually, this is the third time I pulled 4 mythicals on my account. We've got 1 legendary, obviously. We're going to get legendary or better. And we've gotten 1 mythical, the Hallowed Hilt. So here we go. Let's see what we can get here. Boom! And we get Aspect of Siroth. A very good legendary relic. When wearer receives failed damage, reduces it by 50% of their turn meter. Fully reduces their turn meter as well. So good survival mechanisms. It's very, very good on a Rhodos as well. I have one already on my Rhodos. So really cool to have another one, though, on the account. No mythical, but we'll definitely keep that bad boy. All right, guys, there it is. That is the video. It's a long one. Thank you for watching all the way till the end of the video. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.